kitchen, little hands on my knees, asking me who made the stars and who made these trees. I say,
baby, let me tell you about the one over all. We don't bow
to the dollar, we just answer his call. We don't get it perfect, but we walk in the day. When the world feels heavy, we still teach them to pray. We gon' raise them to the light, to the light, to the light. Every little step, every stride in his sight. When the fears start talking, we hold them tight. Show them how to stand upright. We gon' raise them to the light, to the light. Teach them how to love, how to live what's right. In a world so crooked, hearts still bright. We gon' raise them to the light.
Daddy at the doorway, watching sons in the yard, telling them, respect your mama, guard your sister's heart.
We open up the scriptures round the table at night,
laughing while we're learning how to walk in that life. They gon' see temptation, they gon' hear every lie. We just plant that wisdom, let the truth multiply. We gon' raise them to the light,
to the light,
to the light. Every little step, every stride in his sight. When the fears start talking, we hold them tight. Show them how to stand upright. We gon' raise them to the light,
to the light.
Teach them how to love, how to live what's right. In a world so crooked, hearts still bright. We gon' raise them to the light. Raise them to the light.
I'll cover them in prayer when I'm weary.
So weary.
I'll cover them in work, keep them near me.
Right here.
If they ever lose their way in the night, they remember what we showed them, what we told them, give sight. We gon' raise them to the light,
To the light.
every little step, every stride in his sight. When the fears start talking, we hold them tight. Show them how to stand upright. We gon' raise them to the light, to the light. Teach them how to love, how to live what's right. In a world so crooked, hearts still bright. We gon' raise them to the light,
To the light.
to the light, to the light. We gon' raise them to the light,
To the light.
to the light, to the light. We gon' raise them to the light.
All right. All right. I'm back. My name is Yamsufa Aria, and this is the Real Talk for Real People study program, a program designed to study the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov, and certainly study his people and the enemies of the Most High, because for all intents and purposes, they still are the enemies of the Most High, along with his chosen people. And normally, I have others in attendance. Nasanya, Maisha, the administrator of the show. She's not with us tonight, a daughter of Dion. And fellow elder, Sister Taif. She's working over tonight, and she's not with us tonight. But that being said, the program must go on. Studies must continue. And I will try to do my due diligence, more obligation as an elder of the nation to help facilitate these studies. In the book of Kohelet, you may be unfamiliar with this Hebrew name, but it's the actual name for this book, not the Greco-Roman name, Ecclesiastes. The actual name is Kohelet, chapter 10. Let us begin. King Salomo writes these studies and dictated by wisdom and understanding. It reads, dead flies putrefy, the perfumer's ornament. You get a dead fly in your ornament. This can be human beings too, can be dead flies also. We always say that ain't nothing worse than 2 dead flies, right? It causes it to give off a foul odor. Something that is good and a dead flies can cause it to give off a foul odor. Just like some human beings, right? So does a little folly to one respected for wisdom and understanding. One is respected for wisdom and understanding. If they have a little folly, it could be odorous. A wise man's heart is at his right hand, but a fool's heart at his left. Even when a fool walk along the way, he lacks wisdom. And he shows himself that he is a fool. A fool reveals himself or herself to be a fool. If the spirit of the ruler rises against you, one in authority, do not leave your post. Do not neglect your responsibilities. Although authorities may rise against you, do not neglect your responsibility. Because if you do so, for conciliation pacifies great offenses, remaining at your posts. There's the evil I've seen under the sun, King Solomon writes, as an error proceeding from the ruler. Now, if this is applicable to a ruler, folly is set in great dignity, even though you may be a ruler or one in authority. Folly is set in great. Look at Donald Trump, case in point. While the rich sit in a lowly place, here's what King Solomon said. I've seen rich people sit in lowly places. A lot of us all be rich. And we're sitting in lowly places in this universal captivity. And King Solomon said, I've seen servants on horses in authority, just like Donald Trump. While princes walk on the ground like servants, like we're in this universal captivity. He who digs a pit will fall into it. When you set traps for people, the end result, you will fall into your own trap. And whoever breaks through a wall will be bitten by a serpent. He who quarries stone may be hurt by them. And he who splits wood may be endangered by it. Why? Everything is not on point. And these statements here verify what I'm speaking about. Now, if an axe is dull and one does not sharpen the edge, then he must use more strength. You must exert more strength if you don't have everything sharp and on point. You must exercise more strength in that regard. But if you have wisdom, you would do things that are needed, and it justifies that position. But wisdom brings success. A serpent may bite when it is not charmed. The babbler is no different. One that's run their mouths off are no different than a snake that is not charmed. The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious. They're not hateful. They're not mean-spirited. They're not vindictive. They're gracious. But the lips of a fool shall swallow him up. The fool's very lips shall swallow them up. The words of his mouth begin with foolishness. A foolish person starts off with foolishness. At the end result, his foolishness will swallow him up. And the end of his talk, this fool, is raving madness. They talk like crazy people. Also, a fool multiplies words. They use a lot of words to say things. They could use simple words, less words. King Solomon writes, No man knows what is to be. You don't know what will happen at the end of time, in the course of your life. Who can tell him what will be after him, the end result, when we go into the grave? If you've been there, you're there. And you're not revealing this information. Even a fool is tied by his own labor. The labor of fools rears them. They're tied with their foolishness. For they do not even know how to go to the city. They don't even know how to follow instructions and go to the city. Simply said, they want to do what they want to do, how they want to do it, when they want to do it. They can't follow simple instructions. Woe to you, O land, when your king is a child. I believe that King Solomon, I suspect that he's speaking in regards to himself, because he was a young man when he became a child, and he had to grow into the kinghood. And he's speaking from experience and observation. And your princes feast in the morning. They get up early in the morning, the princes of each tribe, and certainly the authority figures in these universal captivity. They get up early in the morning. And what do they do when they get up early in the morning? They eat. They eat simply for the sake of eating. He says, but blessed are you, O land, when your king is the son of nobles. Speaking in regards to his father, King Dawid. So he had those tools to facilitate things that need be because of the studies under his father's tutelage, King Dawid. And he wasn't that naive young child. A continuum. And your princes feast at the proper time. You have people in authority. They don't feast early in the morning, get up, eating everything they can see. But these people in authority know there's a time and place for everything, a proper time, not early in the morning. And they eat for a reason, for strength and not for drunkenness. Because of laziness, the building decays. And through idleness of hands, the house leaks. Someone that is laid down on a job. For all intents and purposes, they lay down on themselves. That's why the building is decaying and the house is leaking. That's not advantageous for a man or woman of Yah. Should always be doing something constructive and a positive. A feast is made for laughter, and wine makes merry. It should be, but not an overindulgence. But money answers everything. It solves a whole lot of problems, wouldn't you say? But it doesn't solve everything. King Solomon writes, because he is the king, his father was the king, and he writes this, he give a word of caution. He said, do not curse the king or someone in authority, even in your thoughts. Not only the king, anyone in any leadership position. Do not curse the rich, even in your bedroom, because there's an end result of that. Now, if you're not willing to accept the consequences, you may as well do what you want to do. But there's consequences come with those actions, because you don't know who you're talking to about these rich people, and you're not prepared to accept the consequences. Now, I talk about these matters on the Real Talk for Real People program because I'm prepared to accept the consequences, not in regards to those in authority, but simply some like the Elon Musk of the world, and so on and so forth. So if you're not prepared to accept the consequences and you're running your mouth off to everybody and everything, and you're not willing to accept the consequences, because here's the key point here. When you're talking to everybody, they're like a bird of the air. For a bird of the air may carry your voice. A little birdie may carry it to that king in authority, or anyone in authority, or a rich person for that matter. And a bird in flight may tell the matter. People you're running your mouth on may tell the matter. So you should be cognizant of what you say, how you say, and when you say it, especially when you speak in regards to those in authority and rich people. Now, if you're not prepared to accept the consequences, maybe be advantageous for you to learn to keep your mouth closed. Praise Yah. That concludes the studies in the book of Koheleth, chapter 10. We'll take back up at Koheleth, chapter 11 tomorrow. Perhaps the daughters of Zion will be back to help facilitate the studies. That being said, I've done my due diligence, more obligation to the nation and to the Most High as an elder. In this regard, what have I done? I've instructed the nation. But the onus does not lie on me. The onus lies at the feet of all the nation, all the daughters of Zion, all the elders, all our young men and young women. They bear a responsibility, which is to heed the counsel of Yah, meditate on the counsel of Yah, trust in the counsel of Yah, rely on the counsel of Yah, lean on the counsel of Yah, and let the counsel, the instructions of Yah, be your pathways, lit by wisdom and understanding. Simply said, the Most High word works for you if you work it. You must apply it. It's just that simple. But fellow students, those who are inclined to believe in idols, whom have cast the Most High word behind themselves by way of the Greco-Romans, the Nicene Council, the Roman Catholic Church and its derivative churches, you have been misinformed. You have been told that Yah's like some old man that has early onset dementia or Alzheimer. That is far from the truth. Why? The Most High Word spoke this universe into existence. Is not this universe still existing? Meaning, just like this universe is forever, the Most High Word is forever. Yah doesn't need a trifecta. Yah doesn't need any assistance. The only thing Yah needs for you is to hear his instructions and apply yourselves to his instructions. That's all Yah needs from you. Praise Yah and bless his holy name. Students, that concludes the studies for the night, but it doesn't conclude our studies. We'll continue if the Most High willing tomorrow in Koheleth, chapter 11. So in closing, fellow students, may the Most High bless you. May the Most High give you wisdom, understanding, humility, and may the Most High direct your paths. Praise the Most High. Shalom and good night.
We must learn to stop arguing, all this fussing, all this fighting, pointing fingers, growing shadows, trading mercy for our pride. Hating faces that look like us, same dust, same blood, same crime. We keep burning our own bridges till there's nowhere left to hide. Whole nation undesired. Gather, gather. Turn your heart to Yah. Hey. Let His name be higher. Whole nation undesired. Gather, gather. Lay your weapons down now. Praise Yah, praise Yah. Hey. We get lost in little labels, color, language, tribe, and tongue. But the pain feels just the same way, and the mother losing sons. What if love became our banner? What if grace became our law? What if every time we stumble, we just learn and rise once more? Oh, nation undesired, gather, gather. Turn your heart to Yah. Let His name be higher. Brother by the true name. Call your sister, lift the hand. We were made to walk together, one heart, one hope, one land. Whole nation undesired. Turn your heart to Yah. Turn your heart to Yah. Let His name be high. Let His name be high. Gather, gather. Lay your weapons down now. Praise Yah, hey, praise Yah. We must learn to stop arguing, all this fussing, all this fighting, pointing fingers, growing shadows, trading mercy for our pride. Hating faces that look like us, same dust, same blood, same crime. We keep burning our own bridges till there's nowhere left to hide. Whole nation undesired, gather, gather. Turn your heart to Yah. Let His name be higher. Whole nation undesired. Gather, gather. Lay your weapons down now. Praise Yah, praise Yah. Hey, we get lost in little labels, color, language, tribe, and tongue. But the pain feels just the same way, and the mother losing sons. What if love became our banner? What if grace became our law? What if every time we stumble, we just learn and rise once more? Oh, nation undesired, gather, gather. Turn your heart to Yah. Let His name be higher. Oh, nation undesired, gather, gather. Lay your weapons down now. Praise Yah, oh yeah, praise Yah, oh yeah. Call your brother by his true name. Call your sister, lift the hand. We were made to walk together, one heart, one hope, one land.